Well, welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd make a kind of a video here because we were in the middle of cleaning the grill, this grill that you see behind me here, and we determined that the burners were clogged. And so we're going to use this kit that I ordered off of Amazon, and of course I will put the link in the comments. I am an Amazon associate, so again, I do get a little bit of commission if you click on that link, so I highly urge you to do that. But that kit is specific to this grill, and I'm going to show you the lid here. So this is a Weber Spirit, okay? And then I had to go in there and figure out that this was a 2-burner situation, so you can figure that out by looking inside or then amount of knobs on the outside. So we are going to show you how to replace all these parts in this video, and so I'm going to go gather up all the tools and we'll get started. Okay, here we go. So we determined that this burner would burn, that I think that this line going across is clogged and it's not allowing this burner to ignite. And so what I've determined is there are 2 screws, one right there, if you can see it kind of corroded up, but that needs to come out, and also one on the other side, and it's a flat tip. So that's what I've got, is a flat tip here. What I'm going to do is just, now full disclosure, I did try to break that loose, so I didn't look funny on the video trying to struggle, but I did break that loose just a little bit before the recording, so that way it would go a little bit smoother. But go ahead and pull that screw out. Okay, so we pull that screw out. We're going to set it over here on the side and then work this screw out. And yep, I did break that one loose before we started recording too, because again, I didn't want y'all to hear me grunt and strain the whole time trying to get that sucker out of there. So I pulled that one out, pretty nasty. Now let's look at it. So it looks like this thing just lifts up both sides, and I'm just going to gently lift up. Oh, that didn't sound gently, but it was. And pull forward. Okay, now we're pulling it forward and out of there. As you can see, something is attached there. It's on the left side. This right side, on the other hand, will come all the way out. Okay, so this left side, let's take a look a little bit closer as to what we're looking at here. This looks like that little igniter, right? So let's just test it. See, that's the end of it, and yeah, that's what lights the propane when we go to light the grill. So that's working. I don't see any reason why we would replace that. Okay, so now it's just a matter of getting that thing off of there so I can get the new tubes in. So I'm gonna sit y'all over here for just a second because I need my hands to try to figure this out here. This is just a clip that just slides on. There's a little groove right here at the beginning of the tube that it slides on, so it would just slide on this way. But that pulled them 2 tubes out and the little connector tube in between. So I'm gonna pull those out and take a look inside. I want y'all to take a look at this. So this is gonna be just a side by side, what is coming out of there versus what is going in there. It's almost like putting a new set of chrome exhaust pipes on. Okay, it's gonna be pretty good. So we're gonna grab the new pair and let's get to work here. So if you're like, well, which tube is which? How do you know which tube goes on the left, which tube goes on the right? Well, the left side is going to be where that little igniter, the little spark plug is, okay? And only one of these tubes has that little clip for it right there, okay? This one over here don't have that. So that tells me that this one's going to go on the left side and this one's going to go on the right. Now, this is going to go right here in the middle to connect up between the 2 of them, okay? So that's what I'm going to do right quick while y'all are watching, is I'm going to go ahead and put this down in the tube and put that down, and then I don't know if y'all can see, so I'm going to try to do this. I've slid, so basically what I did was I slid that back into, there's a hole back here on the front side, and then what I did was I slid it back until this thing sits in there level. And how I know it's level is it's sitting right there where that screw hole needs to go. Okay, now this next piece, that little clip there, gets held on just like so. Okay, and it's kind of a dead giveaway because look, it's got little flavor plates sitting over the top of this one as well. Kind of keeps these orifices protected from grease dropping down and stuff like that. Put this second tube in again, feed it into the front first, which seems to work best, and then this little connecting tube has got to go in it. Do all of that, and voila. The second tube I fed into that hole first, and then I connected up the connector tube, and then I made sure that everything went down and laid down flat where that screw can be over the top of it again. Okay. And I screwed up. Hey, but that's the point of these videos, so we'll learn together. You're gonna have to back these screws out, because here's what I did. You're like, you screwed up, how? I did not connect up my little spark plug first, my little igniter, okay? Because the groove is right there on the edge. I'm gonna have a hard time getting that in place. So I'm gonna have to run them screws back out and slide this thing out just a little bit so I can get that on there properly, okay? I don't want to just cram it in there. That ain't going to be correct. So I'll run these screws back out. Okay. And like I said, come on, screwdriver, don't roll off on me. I'm going to lift this up and run this back out a little bit, and it's all going to come loose. Also, it would help if, I hope y'all can see that, I'm going to slide this thing where it's supposed to be. There it goes. So I hope y'all can see that. That little clip just slid on right there. And now we are able to start feeding this thing back in there, okay? So I'm gonna feed that back in where it goes. Again, making sure that that screw sets flat right there, okay? Now I need to put that cross section back in there. Remember, the flavor plate's up top, so that way it protects it. And then this second tube in there, and get it at an angle where it will go in and also sit down flat as well. So this is what we're looking at now. Don't look that bad. Now I'm ready to run them screws in there. Okay, not a problem. If I could just stop trying to cross thread them, that would be great. Okay. And then get this one in here started as well. There we go. This one over here, boys. I feel like maybe something went down in the screw hole or something. Something's preventing me. It starts out good. I think I just got maybe some soot or something down in there. I gotta push through. There it is. So we're in there, we're connected up. So I'm gonna reach down here and turn the fuel back on. Okay. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll catch on fire, who knows? Let's see. All right. Woo! Fired right up. That looks nice too. Let's try the other side. Boom! Improvement. That's what it's about, y'all. So that was that kit. And again, what we have left from that kit is the little spark igniter switch. I didn't replace that. Hey, look at that. They had two brand new screws in there that I could have used. There's the button, but the one that's on there works, so I'm not going to replace mine. I am going to put those new flavor plates on though, and then I'm going to put these grates back on, everything back together so we can take a look at it and see how clean we got it and that everything's working. So if you're just here for the repair video though, I appreciate y'all. We are definitely cooking with full gas now. As I get to put these new flavor plates back on, I was going to show y'all, those are the two new ones out of 3. It does take 3 for this grill, but there are little grooves that thing sits in. So I'll just set that down in that groove, and there's also a groove there. These are a massive improvement, right, compared to the ones we pulled out. So those are pretty nasty. Okay, so we've got our propane and our catch trays all on, our flavor plates on. Now it's time for us to grab the grates. Okay, so I'm going to do that right quick, but I had to go get me some backup rags because I done burnt through the two that I was using. And I say burnt through, I used them. So these grates, they're in pretty good shape. So we're gonna put these in there. There we go, there's one side. All right, and the other side. Let's get that up the side there. Looking pretty good. Okay. Now, the thing is, we did not necessarily clean this, and we need to. So I'm gonna clean that right quick. Hey, look at there. My friend donned the power wash was there, so that's good. I'm gonna do that right quick, and then I'm gonna hit it with probably the little brush that I had, a little score pad, if you will. Let's get that kind of cleaned off right there. And not just well, it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Okay, I'll put this back on there. So this sits back there in those two little holes. Very good. Y'all, you know, to be honest with you, we did pretty good, okay? We've been doing this video now for a little over an hour, and we've done quite a bit. Trying to get, I would say, we did pretty good in that hour of work. That's nice and clean compared to what it was. Oh, you know what I did do though? Had that lid open the whole time. That is not gonna work for me. You know what I'm about to grab. Dawn power wash. And I'm gonna hit the outside of this thing. Because we had that lid up the whole time that we were cleaning, didn't pay no attention. So I'm gonna hit that real good with the Dawn power wash. And then I'm gonna wipe it off with the towel. So hey, here's what we did, okay? First off, we put off cleaning that grill for way too long, okay? I neglected that grill for way too long and let that stuff cake on there for probably over a year. Let's be honest about it, okay? The little grill kit to replace the flavor pads, the burners, and it comes with the little igniter switch, all that stuff. Highly recommend that one. The flavor plates alone was a pretty big improvement. I didn't need the igniter switch, but hey, I'm gonna put that on the shelf. And when this one goes out, or if this one goes out, I got one on the shelf already, okay? Y'all saw that the burners went from only one working to now both of them working, so that's good. Hey, if y'all like this video, if you learned anything, please, you know, hey, for me, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, stuff like that. If you didn't, if you're like, man, this guy is dumb, wasted however many minutes I watched this video, tell me, put it in the comments, okay? I wanna do better. But if you did like it, you want to hit like, hit subscribe, go ahead and do that for me, okay? Other than that, man, I better clean this up before everybody gets home, okay? Or else I'm going to be in trouble. Y'all have a good rest of your day. If there's anything I can help you with, hit me in the comments.